We didn't think that would work.
We're
but
trying to be super innovative.
We have two great fellas in the background.
We do. Brian and Eamon.
They're both on the decks tonight.
Oh my god.
Keeping an eye on the comments.
If only you guys could have seen this setup before.
What is going on under the phones? Like how
Oh
we're
my
actually
God.
holding the phones together. There's actually timber under.
We have to. There's actually a wooden ruler holding up one of the phones, and like this whole reality versus Instagram. This is.
I know. We were trying to get a picture, but we'll take a picture afterwards and show you
We will.
exactly what it looks like.
Oh,
Hello.
hello! It's so great to be live again. This is our second
Actually,
time.
we're a bit nervous, so we're like, ooh.
Yeah.
No,
You're
it's
more
good.
nervous the second time, actually.
Yeah, I think so. I think because, well, the feedback was good.
Yeah,
so thank you
amazing.
so much.
Amazing.
So far, so good.
And the lads are laughing. I don't know what.
Is someone saying something? Okay, no, we won't get sidetracked. We won't get sidetracked.
Oh my god! But yeah, no, the reaction was so positive. Everyone was
was
so
really good.
lovely.
Yeah.
And even on the run up to this Insta Live, people were like, "When are you on? What time? Will it be on your highlight reel?" And so were they saying that to you as well?
Yeah, no,
like,
it's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, so good.
But yeah, so we're just gonna wait another minute or two to let the numbers. Hopefully,
Yeah.
more people
I
join.
know.
What have we got in store tonight?
I know. Okay, no, I'm actually grand now. It was just beforehand. I just get so. I come to about 5 to 8, and I'm like a zombie
Sure.
nearly. I just go from here to like.
Yeah.
But what's on tonight? So today we are talking about mental health.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes.
Big topic.
Big topic. We're going to keep it very light-hearted, but
Yes.
obviously it is one of those important subjects.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, we'll get into it. We have prizes
Yes, we do. We have
that we got to give away.
So I have little bits of Rosie and Dot as per, like it has to happen. So I have just a few layer earrings. I have a silver flower crown to give away. We really want people to interact and comment, and if there's any suggestions that you have, or if there's something that you think we're just not touching on, or again, if there's something you'd like to see in the next episode, we would love to hear about it. There's a little thanks from Nate.
And I should mention as well, Tara
Yes.
from the Feel Good Company is kindly sponsoring a prize tonight.
Thank you,
So
Tara. The Feel Good Company, it's actually the perfect little link
Yeah.
for tonight, isn't it? With the
Absolutely.
subject of mental health. It's an
Yeah.
amazing little company, and an amazing woman runs it as well with an incredible story, so we love her.
Tara is the best support ever, so
Yeah.
she will be sponsoring prizes. So we've got 3 sets of prizes to give away.
Three
which is
Three
really
sets.
nice.
Yes, so fab.
we're going to pick the best questions,
Mhm.
comments, whatever you think
Absolutely, yeah.
in relation to
I
tonight's
know.
subject.
Yeah.
How are we looking there? Have we got a few people on?
Yeah, we're good. The lads are afraid.
They're afraid to show.
They're afraid to talk. Like, come on.
Directors.
Yeah, so we must get straight into it. I guess this is a topic that so many people can relate to on all kinds of levels.
Yeah.
And it's something that I think everyone at some stage of their life comes up against
Yeah.
or has some difficulty with.
I
Like
feel
they're
like
more open.
nowadays definitely people are a lot more open.
Yeah.
And that's probably down to social media as well. Like people are speaking about these things
Yeah.
on radio
Yeah.
and talking about these things. So I think the stigma has gone from
Yeah.
mental health, definitely.
Yeah, 100%. I kind of feel like that as well. Like I remember when I was younger, so when I was going through my own, like launch straight into it, but when I was going through my teens, I had a really hard time with panic attacks and with depression and things like that. And I actually do remember like a feeling of shame about it.
Yeah.
Now I'm so lucky that I grew up like with parents who were so open-minded and so open about talking about like our emotions and our feelings.
Yeah.
And like Brian will probably laugh, but I remember when Brian first met me and he had dinner with the family, he was like, "Oh my god, you already talk very openly."
Super honest.
I know, that's what
Good.
that was good. So I had that support. But I do remember a feeling of shame. I do remember that.
And
you know.
what's your take on mental health? Like what's
Oh
your
my god, it's such a big question.
Yeah.
Like I think with mental health you can only really talk about it from your own experience, do you know, that kind of way, because mental health is such a broad topic. So mental health covers things like schizophrenia, postnatal depression, you know, it covers so many different things, and obviously anxiety is a huge thing. And for me, my own personal experience is I have like had depression and I have had really bad panic attacks, and I think anxiety is easily something that I feel even weekly.
Yeah.
So bad when I say it like that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so I think you can only, it's something that a lot of people like to have a lot of opinions on. I really do think you should only comment on your own experience, you know, that kind of way. Like that's how I feel
I
about it. How
think
about you?
it's like there's so many takes on what you can, like I would take mental health on. It's like maybe if you're a bit of an overthinker, which I definitely am.
God,
Like the
I am
smallest
so
thing
like that.
would set me off.
Yeah.
I think if you're a little bit maybe paranoid about things,
Mm-hmm.
if you just tend to get overwhelmed about stuff, which I do a lot with everything like work, masters, blog, all that kind of stuff. So I do get a lot. I do get so overwhelmed.
We were talking about that at dinner. Dad was like, "How does Sinead do it all?" I was like, "I actually don't know.
I actually don't know how to do it either. I don't know." But yeah, there's so many takes on it, isn't there?
Yeah, there really is. Like I find, I was kind of like, when I was getting ready for it tonight, and I was making a list of like different things that through my life, like I've had difficulty with, or like little triggers, you know, that things would just set me off, or things that would make me feel really down for whatever reason, you know, and being overwhelmed, and time management, or being disorganized, like they're kind of things that just, they're kind of everyday things that happen that literally cause me a lot of anxiety if they build up. You know,
like today I did loads of little jobs, like car insurance. I knew I had this list of stuff to do, like paperwork stuff or whatever, and just getting on top of things. I just felt a million times better.
Like 100%.
What I had done was done.
Yeah, I totally get it. Like I would be like that. I think, like obviously there's other, like there's ways that you can deal with that, and that's something that we want to kind of delve into today, because I think hopefully that there's a lot of people out there that can really relate to what we're saying. And it's all well and good us saying it, but it's also ways of going, well, how can I help myself? You know, that kind of way.
How can you help others?
You know, like I am, for sure, I am so with Sinead. That's another reason why we vibe so well, is because I am the queen of overthinking.
And I am too.
Oh no, there'd be times I talk, and Sinead, you're the epitome of like a non-judgmental friend, because you can say anything to Sinead, and Sinead never, you know, would ever make a judgmental comment. You never make a judgmental comment, or never make me feel silly. Like everything I always come to Sinead to give out about, Sinead's like, I get it. I totally get it.
Everyone has their own little issues or problems, and I don't think you should ever judge anyone for that. And I think that's the beauty of like now that we can all talk about things, and you don't even have to give advice, you don't have to say anything, it's just being a listening ear. I think it's just, that's the best thing you can do for someone as well, really.
I know something that I have to start getting better at, I don't know if I think you are kind of similar in this way, is that I have to stop taking on other people's problems as my own. You know, that kind of way. So that's something I'm really a lot more conscious of in the last while. But I definitely knew that growing up, that, you know, if someone came to me with a problem, or if there was something going on in the family, or, you know, someone at home was worried about anything, not even major things, but I would carry that with me. And I find that, like, I, you know, would be meeting up with friends, whatever, and I would be talking about a problem that wasn't my, you know, my problem.
I know.
And like distancing myself from that was hard.
I think nursing, I think that's taught me to just always be able to take a little step back, because you do every day come across the most awful stories, but you kind of...
Did you find that hard at the start?
I did find it hard at the start, and there was actually a lot of times when I first started nursing, some of the stories that really touched my heart, especially in relation to young people, I would definitely take home with me and have a good cry. Now there is the odd difficult day in work where it would be a particularly difficult day, and the circumstances would be so awful, and I'd just go home and obviously talk to Eamon about it, tell him everything, but then have a good cry as well. I think that's just part and parcel. But I think it depends on your personality as well.
Totally. Like when I was sorry, my cold. when I was in transition year / 5th year, I was on medication that just at the time I didn't realise it, but it just didn't suit me at all. Now I'd be a worrier anyway, and I'd be an overthinker, and I'd be a perfectionist, so like a silly kind of high achiever. Like I've always been like that, putting a lot of pressure on myself to like achieve a lot and, you know, be this person, and like, you know, like, you know, you kind of build like a vision of yourself, and you want to be that person, you know. And I think the medication topped with like just putting a lot of pressure on myself. Like when you think back when you're 15, 16,
I know,
now at the time the worries were they seemed so large. And then I remember just the feeling, like a lot of people mightn't even know what anxiety feels like, but for me, like the anxiety felt like it just started with just a knot in my tummy, and then it started with like a dry throat, then it started going to I can't really eat, and then it was like, oh, I'm short of breath, and then it just kind of progressed into something that became like panic attacks, and that was happening for quite a while. Oh, sorry.
No.
Oh, I love all those messages. The guys are writing out messages for us. I love this. But it kind of snowballed like really, really quickly for me, and it was something that it was such a lonely time. Do you know that kind of way? Because when I think anyone's going through, it depends on your circumstances, it depends who you have in your life. But obviously at the time, all my friends were like 15, 16, 17. No, I think I was about 17. And like, obviously, you know, you're not going to get certain amounts of support from people at that age, because like, they
it's
don't.
hard
It's
age
a hard
to open
thing.
up about things
Totally,
like that.
and it's hard for people to like grasp the concept of, you know, how do I support this person? You know, it's only when you get older that you do appreciate that. And it came to the point where I was like, you know, didn't want to get up out of bed, like didn't feel the need to, didn't feel any like any ambition or drive that I had. It was
And
just
at the time, did you
gone.
know that that was depression?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think now it was only that, like, thankfully, the mom is just such like, she does not let anything go. You know, like my mom will keep going, and she had said, look, we have to get you the help that you obviously need. And I ended up going to a lady called Jackie O'Kelly, and she's based in Rathangan in Kildare, and she's a CBT like extraordinaire, so cognitive behavioural therapy, which I didn't know anything about at the time.
Yeah.
And I remember walking into her tiny little like office, and it was fab. But I remember sitting down with her and not being even able to speak to her in the first session, because the anxiety was like so high. I feel like
And it's funny because
I talk about it like emotional,
even
but yeah.
when I meet you, I would never. You're the last person. I think
Same
because
with
you're
you.
so bubbly and out there, but sometimes that's the people as well that might, you know, I suppose you never really know what anyone's going through.
Yeah.
I remember my first experience. I don't think Eamon even knows this, but very few people know this.
Yeah.
But there was a stint at home when I had dropped out of college and I was working, and everyone had gone ahead to college.
Yeah.
So I kind of had felt like I was behind, you know. But anyway, my first feelings were when I came home one day and I just cried, and I'll never forget, for like every day for a week coming home and just crying and just the biggest tears and not knowing what was wrong with me. And I remember
That's me as well, like not knowing why, like not having an answer to why.
Yeah.
I felt that way as well.
I came into the kitchen and I just burst into tears in front of mum and dad, and I was like, I'm so sad, I just feel so sad and I don't know why. But a bit of counselling and everything, we got to the bottom of it, but that was definitely my first experience. And I think there's days now where you have to let yourself not feel okay. Like, you're not going to get out of bed every day and be like, I feel great, the world's great. Like, you're
That's
allowed.
something I struggle with. That's such a good message. Like, you're actually allowed to feel.
I think it's
I still
important.
give myself a hard time for
Yeah.
that, but you're so right.
That's life.
That's
So
life.
I think we should not be as hard on each other.
Yeah. How did you feel going to your first counselling session?
Yeah, so counselling was, at that time, it was definitely what solved things for me. And I think with counselling, I learned so much about the subconscious mind. So what we don't realise is bubbling there or building up there, but like we're dealing on a day-to-day basis. We're still able to get up, walk around, to go to work, function. But the subconscious mind is so powerful.
Yeah, 100%.
Things that you don't realise are upsetting you are actually
things that you're not aware of. They're happening the whole time in your mind.
And counselling gets to the root of that.
Yeah,
Like you might have feelings about things in the past that you thought were okay, but it's
I
deep.
definitely found that. Yeah, like I found the count. So basically, with the CBT that I had, CBT was, it's very much based on the here and now. So dealing with problems in your life right now and how you overcome them. So for me, it was so basic at the time when I started. So it was like, right, Siobhan, you're having a panic attack every time you get on public transport. Today or tomorrow, you're going to get on the bus, go in one stop and get off. And then the next day, you're going to go 2 stops and you're going to get off. Or like I couldn't go to Mogi Train at the time because feeling out of breath triggered that same panic attack feeling, you know, when like when you're having panic attacks, you're out of breath, and exercise brought that on for me. And then I remember Jackie being like, well, you're going to run half a lap. And then
you're
the
taking
next
it
day,
in chunks.
yeah, and it was like you had to fill out, you had to fill out like this daily thing about it, you know, just to make you more aware of your actions and how you felt. And it was nearly like she wanted me every time that I conquered, you know, a little obstacle, that I have to sit down and actually say to myself,
it's not like
well
this
done, Siobhan.
huge thing you need to conquer. You're getting it.
And it's like giving yourself credit as well.
Yeah.
You know, like that was something, that was my first time ever being told, well, Siobhan, like, that was actually a really big thing that you did this week. And I was like, really? I didn't think, you know, me being me, I was like so hard on myself. I was like, well, I think I let myself down.
And I feel like we don't give ourselves enough credit for things in life anyway. Like there's a constant pressure to like, right, I have to do this week, and like there's always stressors that we don't give each ourselves even enough credit for things like that.
100%, I totally agree.
And
something as well, like, sorry, I was going to ask, because like I was thinking to myself, you know, if someone were to come to you, right? So obviously I know because I've come to you with things.
Likewise.
But like, no, seriously. But you know, like if someone, I know, like, but if someone, so say in your experience, right?
Yeah.
It's important for us to say that in our experience. Like if someone were to come to you and they were having a hard time with how they were feeling, or they were feeling very down or whatever, like what do you say, or what did you find really helpful? when you were going through your time?
I just think someone to listen. I think, because we were kind of talking about this earlier on, I think personally, now, the best thing you can do is be a listening ear, because when someone says things aloud, you know yourself, oh, you got this problem in your head, and then you say it aloud, and I'm like, well, it's not really a big problem when I say it out of my mouth.
Oh, the amount of times I've had that.
That's all you have to do. I'm like, you know, but like,
I'm laughing because I could just think of all the times that I've come to Sinead.
Yeah. Like,
and I'm saying it out loud like going.
Things and like, but like that, it could be other things in your head that everyone's building up.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Just listen.
Yeah.
Because I used to, and God, people have the best friggin' intentions. That's why it's hard to say this. And they do. And I know that. And I always knew that when I wasn't feeling well as well. But I found someone who just listened and just said, Siobhan, I totally get it. Or I hear you and I understand you.
Yeah.
Was like, oh my God, that is the best thing ever to hear. Yeah, and like just the occasional, you know, text checking in with me afterwards. Or, like those things really meant so much. And it wasn't so much the, oh, Siobhan, like, we just get on with it, like, you're 50. I remember people used to say to me, Siobhan, you're 16 or whatever, I think it was 16 or 17. You know, you have everything of your whole life ahead of you. Like, what have you got to worry about? Like, you're in transition year or whatever it was. And I started feeling, it was fifth year. So, like, you know, the leaving school hasn't even started yet, Siobhan.
They're the hardest years as well. Like, your late teens, because you're trying to plan your life and you have to have your CEO to know what you want to do for the rest of life. And trust me, no, like you can't possibly know at that age. 100%. So we spoke about this the last time. I think as well. Like,
we did. Yeah,
there's no panic. Do what you do and take your time, and like you don't have to be at those certain stages.
Totally.
How do you manage when those feelings, when you get those feelings?
Let me get that on my list. I actually have a notebook. I do. And earlier I wrote down a list of things that because I knew we were going to say that. I was like, I better be able to think of these. But either way, look, Sinead shows up with these cute cards, and I was like, God damn it! Why do I have to be that girl?
God, no,
so
I'm not that organised at all.
Oh no, I wrote them down because I read some of them out because I always forget. Like, I think it depends. A lot has changed since I've gotten to 30. Like, a lot has changed, and because I had the help that I had with CBT, I'm much stronger for it. Like, I feel like I'm able. There's been really difficult things that have happened since. Things actually were much more difficult and traumatic in a way than things that happened before. I got sick, you know, that kind of way. So I think CBT gave me massive strength for that, and I have the ability now to kind of think to myself, you know, it's manageable. Like, whatever happens, I can cope with it. I have that kind of confidence in it, and that's like, I think that's only something I could have gotten from getting outside help. Yeah, because my family were amazing, my friends were great. I had great friends. Yeah, but it was more when someone's from the outside looking in, they can see things from a whole different perspective. They can give you advice. You don't take it personally the same way because they're a professional, you know, that kind of way. So, but the ways that I help myself, like counselling and CBT, like if it's becoming a thing in your life where it's really impacting on your life, and you know when something's not right, Sinead, don't you?
You know when the feelings are there a lot.
100%. You know when you're avoiding social situations, or you know when work is hard, or you know when your energy's very low and all you want to do is sleep, or you know when you don't find joy. Like, you don't find joy. Look, it gets to a point where you have to get help. Definitely. They're the first things. You have to do that for yourself, and it's so beneficial. And the place that I went to actually only recently, when I mentioned that last time, when I was made redundant in January, like I had counselling after that. And I went to a place in Lucan called Aspen, and they have an affordable price where it's €30. If you need it, they have that option there of €30 for counselling,
which is really good.
And €30, lads, you'd spend €30 sure on
a blow dry,
anything, on a curly blow. You won't. I've done that a lot.
Don't bother at all. If that makes you feel good, then
that's the thing. So they're the big things. Yeah. But I think otherwise, exercise is huge. Exercise is huge for you too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exercise is massive. And talking to my family, talking to Brian, talking to friends, really big. And being honest about how you feel. Like, I'm quite honest. Like, I look, lads, I'm having, like I was even saying that on Instagram, I think I'm having a mare a week. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think being honest about it. I think eating well, drinking lots of water, like, just if you feel physically good, I nearly feel like you're helping yourself mentally.
100% agree with this.
And being out and not being in the house. Now I know I have to get good, and we're the same. We have to get good at being on our own. Yeah, I'm not great at that.
So funny. Yeah.
But being out, like, you know, I was feeling a bit crap today, and then Eamon and Sinead were at the door, and in literally like 2.3 seconds, I was like,
being around people.
And always having something to look forward to is a big thing for me. Like always having a trip,
especially
or a night
winter
out,
months and stuff like that.
How about you? What do you find good?
So I wrote down a few things as well. So exercise is going to be my number one. I find it so hard to get out of bed, and it's the last place I want to be, but it's the best money to spend. Like I'm doing some PT now as well. I'm actually doing that nearly a year. And I'm just
I remember you saying to me when you were starting, Sinead was like, will I do PT? Or I was like, yes,
it's the best thing ever. And like that feeling physically better, even physically kind of stronger, weirdly. It's like all these little things, like,
I used to think that when I was like going through the real, like feeling very fit stage, I remember because I felt physically strong, mentally I was like, I'm so strong.
I feel better. Food, as we said there, definitely. I know if I have a weekend where I'm out and there's drinks and the next day I'm just like, I just feel, so just try and limit that. And I really do go by you are what you eat. So definitely if you're eating, getting your vitamins and your water intake is good, you're definitely going to feel loads better. Another thing that I find really good is people can be quite low in B12.
Yes, nurse. Yes, nurse Sinead.
Some people can be. So obviously get to your GP and check that. Because B12 affects your nervous system. So that's everything else. So that's obviously really important, and obviously how you feel as well. So B12 supplements are really good to take. Write things down. Write things down. So if you're overwhelmed and it's like, right, I have so much to do. Eamon actually said that to me before as well. He's like, make a list. Write down what you have to do.
Brian, remember that? I don't know, Brian's not going to talk. He's like, don't even talk to me. But Brian did say that to me, especially coming up to the wedding and stuff. He's like, Sinead, all you need to do is write down everything you have to do. It doesn't seem as overwhelming.
So true. What else have I? Go out for a walk. Last night I went out for a walk because I'm on a mission to get my 10k steps. But like instantly felt so much better and motivated when I came back, and slept really good last night. And then meet a friend like that. I'm a devil for trying to do loads of things, and then on my days off I'm like, right, I have to stay in and catch up on college work. But I'm not good alone. Like I have to be around people.
I'm so bad alone.
I just can't. I get so
bad alone.
So if
I just overthink things. Big time.
Definitely need a friend. And Netflix. Get into a good series on Netflix.
It's true. That is so true. Like
cozy up
and go easy on yourself. I think it's a big thing, isn't it? And you know, actually this just came to remember earlier. I was like, I have to mention this, and I couldn't remember what it was.
What was that?
So a big thing that this is a lesson that I've learned, and I think this will help other people, is to listen to your friggin' gut. Right? I had a big aha moment there a few months ago, right, where. Long complicated story, but anyway, like I felt like a knot in my stomach. So it was about like a new job, right? So I was going for this new job, and I got the new job, right? But I was offered the role, but something in me was like, ooh,
not feeling right.
Let me tell you about this. So I was like, something in me was not feeling right for like a couple of weeks before the training started, whatever. And I remember driving into town, and it was the closest I came to a panic attack since I had them, right? And I was like hands on the steering wheel, white knuckles, like a cold sweat, like blurred vision. Like I was like, oh my god, what the hell is going on? And you know, like I had been through a CBT thing and I thought I understood it, but I remember sitting in the car going, what is this? Now eventually, after torturing myself, right, and asking everyone in the world for advice, should I take it, should I not, why do I feel this way, you know, like going back and forth, which added to the anxiety, by the way, like of me just questioning my feelings. I ended up not taking the role, right, and I didn't accept it, and like I felt instant relief. And I don't know, I think I look back at it in hindsight's great thing. I think, right, I would have taken that role and obviously something would have went wrong, or obviously it wouldn't have been for me and I would have been very, you know, sad about it, or, you know, it wouldn't have worked out well. And I think that was like my body just telling me, it's not the right thing for you. And I just wasn't listening. And because I wasn't listening, it was adding to the anxiety, you know, it just wasn't like. So I think tuning into that inner voice, I swear to God.
And I think that's as well where they say meditation is so good. Now I find it so hard to meditate, but it brings you back to your core and you can be at peace. And then we all know that like if you're calm, you're better focused, you can think of better ideas, you're more creative. We spoke about this before as well. So being able to unwind, and I think we're going to get into that shortly as well, as tips about unwinding and minding your mind.
Love that. We actually have a really good person in mind, because that's something that apparently if you can meditate and you do it correctly, like you said, like your creativity goes sky high. And that's something that like obviously all of us want, but it also like helps you tune out the noise.
Yeah.
Because I actually dread to think what I'd be like starting meditation, because I nearly feel like, how could I tune out?
It's hard, but it's supposed to be so good physically for your body as well as mentally as well.
I need to get into that. I can't believe
I have tips on minding your mind then. How do you, what little things do you do to unwind?
Oh god, I don't unwind well.
But you need to learn.
I don't unwind well. I actually don't. I've gotten worse as I've gotten older. Like when we moved into our house last November, I remember I was saying to Brian, "Oh Brian, I can't wait for those days we can have duvet days." Haven't had a duvet day since we moved in. Like we're nearly in the house a year.
Yeah.
And I'm just so I nearly feel like I'm probably not. I'm actually gonna be honest. I'm probably not a good person at something like that's why I would love to do a whole Insta Live on how to properly unwind. And when you're really up to hi-ho, like how do you actually unwind properly, do you know, that kind of way. So like I think for me it's getting away. I have to be out of the house and nearly away from my phone to do it.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, it's
how
hard.
about you? That's a really lame answer. Like I don't. Yeah.
It's hard though if you are that person. I think I'm getting a little bit better. I wrote down a few bits. For me, logging out of Instagram is like number one.
Oh.
Get offline.
Guys, I swear, I always...
Line. It drives me mad if I'm on Instagram too much.
Oh! It's so hard, because we're stuck in a hard place saying this. I feel like I'm stuck in a hard place because obviously Instagram is so important for Rosie and Dot, and it's been so great, and I've met... Like, I'm starting to chat to more people now about in the business world. You know, like didn't meet her. Virtually met her. I feel like all these people are my friends. I met her through Instagram, but isn't it Suzanne from Love and Hope?
Yeah.
Got chatting to Suzanne, and like that was great. You know, like you meet great people, but also I'm like, I don't want to see certain things.
I know, and we
don't want to hear
well,
people online giving out.
But like I've done that before, and like if there's stuff going on personally as well, just log out. Like it actually does the world of good.
Do you delete the app, like, or do you just?
No, I do have
the self-restraint that you can just log out.
Yeah, I log out if I'm annoyed enough about something or I need a break. I'll just be like, okay,
So
bye, Felicia.
Yeah,
I'll just definitely log out. And like Instagram can be the best place and the worst place because you'll see something and it will just trigger those feelings in your head and you're like, why am I getting so annoyed about this person being at an event and I wasn't asked?
Oh, so
like
true.
Life problems.
I do actually think I have this thought regularly where I actually think if I didn't have social media I'd be so much happier.
I know. It's so true. I took a big break last year and I did contemplate about stopping the blog because but then it depends.
And I'm the worst. I drag her back into it. I'm the friend that's like, you have to keep this.
But I'm like, I have to be this far. I have to be this far. Yeah. Lighting a candle and sitting in the dark. I love doing that at home. Yeah.
My mum always says that. You know the open fire vibe.
Yeah.
Or the candle thing.
Yeah.
My mum loves
candles. They're so chill.
Yeah.
What else have I? I have some things here actually, and I wanted to mention them because obviously Tara's sponsoring a prize as well.
I have this in my bag.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah.
There, lads lads, these are so... The guys are like top notch, aren't they?
So good.
Oh,
these aren't the prizes actually. These, I'm going to mention these very quickly. From the Feel Good Company because they're really good products. The calming balm and the sleep time balm to unwind to. Anyone's given the thumbs up. It's like I love the calm one. Is amazing.
Really?
So like if you want to unwind,
the calm balm smells like, is it eucalyptus or something? It's unreal. You put it here, don't you? And there. That's where. Imagine that wasn't the place to put it. And I'd be like,
put it everywhere. Honest to
it's
God.
made on smell.
And then these are absolutely fab. These are the sleep masks. You might have seen them online before. So you just put them on and they heat up. So you're just lying there and you're just like,
oh my God. I never do
and just lie in the dark and don't go on your phone and just chill. And the last thing I want to mention is these are Hush Hush. I actually got sent these a while ago and they're full of chamomile. They're little tablets. Capsules.
Yeah,
that you take one before bed and they've got vitamins in it and they're just really good to help you have a good deep sleep. Actually, we should do an episode on sleep.
Oh, I would love to, yeah. Well, see, we said this last week, we want to get people on who are guests that can actually, like, we can bounce on. Like, obviously, we want to learn more about these things now. And the lads handed me this, like, iPad with people's...
Competition winners.
Yes. So we have from Anya Mac 89, madness. Mood had been so low and recently I found a new doctor. I've started B12 injections and it's a game changer. I wasn't low, but lower. Okay. I wasn't low, but lower. Okay. And this helped massively.
B12 it's one of those things that we never think of.
Ashley. Look, Ashley says that I can actually, I should have thought of that.
Amen.
So Ashley said, listen to this, Aiden. Get Pet, so good for stress and company.
Ashley.
I actually had to think of that because we have Albert, our dog, and we got Albert last winter. And you know what?
Talk back.
They don't talk back. They love you unconditionally. They don't give a cheek. Not that Brian ever does that. But honestly, no, a pet makes
There's
me
more,
so...
yeah.
Oh, there's more. Oh my God, there is more. But yeah, no, having Albert, because I said to Brian, he makes me so much more I'm so much more in the moment with him. So, and I find, because he's very needy, he's a puppy, like if I'm on my phone he goes and he has a tennis ball at your feet and he's like as in just play with me. And it does, that's so true, it actually massively did help.
My friends always make me feel happy no matter how bad my day is, and that's so true.
So beautiful. So true.
True. I'm loving these comments. Sometimes we need some girly time. Keep up the good work, ladies. You're so honest and great crack. Sure, we're great crack. We want to see us on a night out or even better crack.
We should do an Insta live on night out.
In Coppers.
Oh my God,
I love this. Yeah, it's such a brilliant topic to highlight, and it's so important to remember it's okay not to be okay, and you're going to have
your down days. That's something I'm really bad at, is just having a down day and just being in a down day. You know what I mean? Not giving myself a really hard time for that and being like, well, why is everyone else in great form? And I'm not. You know, like, kind of feel so alone.
We all put on a front though, don't we? Really,
The other day I was on Instagram and chatting into Rosie and Dot, and I got off Instagram and I was like I was all, hey, and then I got off and I was like, you know what I mean?
Like, you don't want to be constantly like either coming across a bit of a
you'd be like minus followers.
Like, she's not crap.
You'd be like, oh my God, lighten up, Siobhan.
Oh, I love this.
This is one of the McGinleys. Yes, McGinleys.
Hi ladies, I definitely think we all need to let ourselves have the bad days. It's okay to have a day where you feel down, even if you don't know why you're feeling down. God, this is really like, I'm getting the goosebumps.
Yeah, I love that people are getting involved in it. Like, it's something, I'm telling you, it's something that literally affects everyone for different reasons, you know? Oh, Kate, a Keaton tip. I love what you're saying about counselling, Sinead. My mum is a counsellor, and it's so important for people to go and talk to a professional in a safe environment. Do you know what? That is so true, obviously, because Kate, we like live and breathe that, but it's so daunting. It's so daunting making that first step, actively seeking out a counsellor, making the appointment, sitting in that waiting room. It's really hard.
Who you're going to face.
And Kate, I know you'd agree with this, and I know your mum would say the same. And it's so hard, that first one. And even I went back recently to counselling. I had been through it for like 1.5 years when I was younger, and still I was really nervous going in. And I was actually saying this to you before we went live, that it's also important, if you go to a counsellor, right, and you find it really hard to vibe with that person, and you're not vibing for whatever reason, right? They could be the nicest person, and they're all gorgeous people, right? But you mightn't feel that like instant connection. It's okay to make another appointment with someone else. Because that's something that Aspen used to say to me all the time. I did go see someone different in another place that I was in, and it just didn't click for me. But it's really important that you go back that second week and try and find that person.
I think as well, like the counselling, like we see with the Americans, they go to their therapist regularly, and it's like, I mean, you should really be doing it regularly to offload crap that builds up in your head, because crap does build up in your head. And, you know, it's just so really good.
And I could spend money on anything else, guys. That's what's mad, is that you would spend money on all kinds of things, and the thing that's holding you back and is impacting mostly on your life is your mood.
But you are opening your soul to a complete stranger, and there is that, but like you do feel so much better first.
Yeah,
it's good to talk the relief of it to get it off your chest. 100%. Amazing discussion, so honest and personal. Fair play, ladies. You're without doubt helping people. Thank you.
Great, listen, Jesus,
Karen.
That's fab.
A good cry always helps. I had a cry last night.
Yeah. Oh God, like I actually had a cry in a while. I need to tell you. Do you hear me? I'm sorry. Getting stuck in the hair back. I imagine I just
Rosie and Dot.
Hashtag ad. Oh, stop.
Do you ever get upset over negative comments on social media? Some people can be so nasty.
Preach. I tell you, Lollers_X.
We had a little comment after our last Insta Live, but no comment.
I tell
But
you.
anyway, look, it's part and parcel.
Yeah, like, do you know what? And we hear, like, I hear it all the time. You hear it all the time.
Yeah.
Listen, it's part and parcel, and it's this and that.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't take it personally. And there's people.
But you always take that one personally.
You always take it personally. Like, I remember when I first started with Rosie and Dot, and, like, you know, it's everything to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's everything.
Yeah.
And especially lately, because it's like become nearly my job, nearly there.
Yeah.
And I'm, you know, like, then when people come on and say, oh, that's this, and tagging friends, being like, lol, who would wear this? You know, like, just anything, any kind of comment.
You know, I would never.
And I carry it with me for the day.
I know, it's awful.
Yeah.
But
hard.
people generally, 90% are actually fab.
the
I have
best
to
fab.
say,
Like, we
like,
actually do. You've always said that about your guy.
oh my god, so lovely.
Yeah. Oh God, Siobhan, the crack and laugh of you would make anyone forget. I'm
You'd
so
seen us earlier on
I'm
before
so
this.
chesty
I
today.
said, "Do you have a chest infection?"
Oh, look, there's Susie sending all the love ladies fair play. Really not an easy thing to talk about aloud. Janie, some ask more. That's so nice, guys.
Yeah.
There's pictures of me, ma'am. But no, the reaction has been unreal so far, guys. And like, I know you just think
We're gonna
have a
pick
little
3
comment.
winners.
Oh, we have to pick our winners. Oh my God, yes, let's pick our winners. Okay,
We went through everything.
let's see. Oh,
Okay, I think.
that's a great one.
You
No,
say
go on.
that.
No, you say that.
You say it. No,
You say it. No, you. I go. Oh, wait, we have our first winner. We do have our first winner. The heat under that lamp. Jesus.
Actually frozen. I'm sweating here.
Sweating. I was
burger
freezing
before
today.
I came
She
here,
has
I'm
her
like,
ring light on, like sweating. Anyway, yeah.
Anya Mac 89 about the B12 injections.
Yes. Drop either Sinead or myself.
Yeah.
And our private
message.
message.
Feel Good Company that price.
Yes, that'd be fab. You deserve it,
And
girl.
then we've got these two. That I've
Yeah, so
we
we have. How about we do a little matchy? So we have the crown and shining star earrings, which I'm wearing myself right now. And let's see, let's go through a few comments. How about, I hope I'm saying it right, Lollers_X. Would you like to send us a little DM and we'll send those to you
Molly
as
was at one
well?
of my workshops as well.
Ah,
Great
no
support. She's
way.
actually at 2 or 3, I think.
Stop.
All of them, yeah.
Oh, that's fab.
And hopefully we can do a workshop next year.
Oh, deadly. Oh, yeah. And how about
It's up to you.
DCarty12?
Yeah.
DCarty12, once a rose earrings.
It's okay not to be okay.
That is a fact. So there for you. Yes,
Yeah.
perfect. Oh my God,
That's fun.
Yay, I'm so relieved that we survived these.
I actually
Yeah.
loved that.
Yeah, I love that too.
I really like that.
I don't know why we get nervous.
I don't know what we're going to talk about next now.
Yeah, we have to decide what we're going to do next. We'd
Just
love
great
to
that
have
we've got all
I
these-
know.
Eamon's going to go down the clothes.
It was ready with the clothes and
We should
credits.
get like a tune to go out.
We should.
Like
Like
for
an
next
absolute
week, guys.
stomper of a tune.
Like the Late Late Show.
Da, 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 da. We need that song.
Tune.
And we just march off. But anyway, yes, so say bye and we'll be live in 2 weeks' time, and we haven't decided. We might have a guest in 2 weeks, maybe.
Maybe.
If there's anyone actually that you'd like to see on, you should tag them in the comments below. Or you know someone, yes. So Eamon's ready for the rolling credits. We're going to sing you out. Da, 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 da.